up, everyone? It's Darfleo9, Dayton, Ohio, the streets great Jedi. Yo, there she is, my 2008 Pontiac G6 GXP Street Edition. And at first, hey, hit that subscribe button, hit that like button. Definitely give me your feedback. This is a unicorn right here, you know what I mean? And I'm be putting some work into it. But before I go further into this and start hitting everything on this bad boy with the pictures, montages and whatnot that I can do, shout outs to a few of my fellow YouTubers that inspired me to do this and hit this direction before I hit any other direction with going on YouTube and anything. Shout outs first, Afro Car Guy, definitely inspired me on this whip right here. DSM Chick, inspired me never to give up. I see how you doing, ma. You know what I'm saying? Salute you, respect. John GXP, you definitely pushed me over the hill on this one. You know what I mean? When I ran past it, it was like I didn't even take it for a test drive. I just called him and said, hey, give it to me. You know what I mean? Let's talk about that price. Holla at your boy. You know what I'm saying? I know you want to get it off your lot if you done marked it down to $499. You know what I mean? And then the other homie out of my Facebook group, now following him on YouTube, Nice Boy KC. Hey yo, Holmes, salute, respect on your build and everything and what you got going on. You inspired me on the spacers on the back. You inspired me on the tail light tent. I ain't did it yet, but I got it in the trunk, and I'm getting hooked up with a couple of people who do tents, so I'm gonna have them hook up the tail lights for me, and that's gonna be official. So I salute you on that. Keep building. Don't let nobody discourage you on this. Now, this is being labeled the genesis of the GXP G6, because this is the beginning of my build. This is the beginning of everything, and I'm gonna try to, even if I just do, I'll put it like this. If it costs less than a value meal to order off of Amazon and to get that stuff in the mail, like decals and stuff, or you got other stuff you waiting on to come in from even Wish, because Wish got some nice stuff. I gotta give them props. They got some nice stuff. It's worth replacing later on if you do something like repaint the car or something. You know what I'm saying? Which I'm just gonna I'm debating if I'm gonna repaint the whole car or just get it painted the same color to take out all the blemishes, the scratches, and everything like that. Then put a security clear coat over it, and then we'll talk about the rest of it. So, but first I want to go over what's wrong with it and what I got to get done first before I can get any other factors done. So this is the genesis. I want to show y'all the, you know what I'm saying, the defects in it before we get to it. Ain't no other work been done on it yet besides me changing the alternator. I had to put in a new alternator. Still got the still got the old alternator and the box to the new one inside the trunk here. You're gonna see that too. But that, and I'll let you know what's coming up for sure. Because I got some things coming this month, and we're gonna talk about things like car seats and stuff like that, and my personal experience with stuff. All right. So, hey, let's get to the defect. Let's get to the defects and what's wrong with this, straight up. Okay. This right here, I don't know if y'all can see that very well. That rust damage right there got to get fixed, you know. See how that's ate up and everything. So I got to get that fixed and taken care of. Go around here. You can tell whoever had the car started to work on it and get it fixed. They started down here. Ain't that bad. Should be an easy fix for someone. And this right here, lucky my ground effects wasn't compromised by it. But this one right here, and that's the biggest thing. And then one other major little, well, I can't say major thing, is my exhaust one is in more than the other. So the exhaust needs to be leveled out, in my opinion. And then that's the defects of this GXP right now. Got it back there, yeah. Got the honeycomb tint in the trunk, you know what I'm saying, for the headlights. I'm still looking at, I was going to halo this car, but I think I'm gonna wait. I'm not gonna halo, I'm gonna LED it. I'm gonna put some like tuning LED strobe lights because it's gonna be more about the lights than anything with this one. So, and I wanna pay homage also to Knight Rider. I love Knight Rider as a car, you know what I mean? So what I wanna do is right in here, find some lights to put in there to do the Knight Rider game right there. I want to be able to turn those on and do that. And definitely putting on a front splitter. I'm going to wrap the diffuser. Now let me tell y'all this. It's an app that I got hip to by DSM chick. It's called 3D Tuning. Now in 3D Tuning, I designed a Mustang. Nice. And I love this Mustang design. They didn't have the G6 GXP, but they did have the GTO. Well, if you know the history of this car right here, I'll just put it to you like this. If GM would have kept Pontiac, we probably would have had a V8 trim in that by now. I guarantee we would have had a V8 trim in that for the simple fact of how it sits and everything. Because if you pull this bad boy up next to a GTO, it's not that much smaller than a GTO. So making an alternative G6, or even making what they would or consider making a G7 coupe with the G6 features, the hood scoops, the spoiler and everything, and then throwing that V8 in there that you threw inside of the G8, but making it a coupe, that would have been the G7, because you know we got the G6, we got the G5, and then they skip straight to the G8. I think that would have been the G7. I guarantee that was probably sitting somewhere collecting dust, waiting on somebody to buy it or ask, did y'all have a G7 design? Oh yeah, the G6 GXP Street Edition was our G7 thing. We just wanted to hear everybody say we wish it had a V8. And it probably just would have been slightly bigger, meaning they probably would have just, the difference probably would have been in the engine and transmission bay to make it wider for that LS2, LS1, you know what I'm saying, motor in there and whatnot. But I digress. The GTO was like my first choice. Too much of a resale value on that one. Boom, throw that away. This was number 2. The Mustang was number 3. Now, do I plan on still getting the Mustang? Hell yes. Because getting this one and getting the feel for this one and everything I want to do for this one, I am not about speed. I want to get y'all down pack that right now. I am not about speed. I'm a V6 on down person because I like to save money and be able to get my builds out the way. I'm talking about completely out the way. So if I get a Mustang, it's going to be a deluxe. It might be a stick shift. It might not. I don't know. Because I might decide to engine swap it later on if I just happen to have the money and find somebody with a wrecked Coyote and say, how much you going to trade me for how much you going to sell me that whole car so I can take your motor out, your starter out, and everything, and put it in my shit. But besides that, I will be posting the photos of the Mustang I designed. Just reverse the colors. And that's what I'm thinking I'm gonna do to this. I'm gonna find a back diffuser shield that's gonna go under the pipes and everything and connect. It's gonna be down there. When y'all see the back design, when y'all look at the Mustang, y'all can even go to I'll put my Instagram. Definitely follow me on Instagram. Look up. I got a lot of videos, but I'm gonna end up reposting the pictures of the Mustang, and then take those colors, reverse it, put the red where the black is, the black where the red is, and that's what that's gonna be the map out with a couple of alternatives to do this. But instead of going black, I'm going carbon fiber. I think it's gonna look nice, it's gonna look sweet. The interior is already black and red tint. I'm gonna keep it with the red tint, carbon fiber. That's the dizzle right there. That's what I'm going with. So, once again, it's your boy Darfley09, Dayton, Ohio. About to do a couple nice little shots of this right quick, couple video rounds of it and whatnot, and throw them on there and see what I got. Once again, do me a favor, hit that like button, hit that subscribe button, hit that notifications bell. Leave some comments. Let me know you're watching. Holla at me. I do feedback. I love feedback. Whether it's negative or positive, feedback is feedback. Give it to me. You know what I'm saying? I know some people's like, man, I would ditch the GXP and go forward. They ain't going, no, no. There's a lot of GM cars out there. You want to? I'm gonna tell you. I went to LQ Pick Your Part the other day, just to get some light bulbs for my dad. And just to get to the damn Chrysler cars that's on that was dead under. I went through about, man, I went through a nice little journey of GM vehicles. Then I thought about how many vehicles this car shares parts with. For somebody that says, well, you know it's going to be hard to find parts for that car and blah, 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 blah. If I change the motor in it, guess what? I probably end up getting a cheaper freaking alternator, but I can get a good one. Like the Cobalt SS, a lot of people put that motor in there. There was a lot of them motherfuckers made. Cobalt SS's in that. I could play around with that all day. So what? You know, it ain't the original motor. Shut up. Stay inspired, everybody. Keep going. All my people I shouted out. Afro Car Guy. I'm on your tail with this right now. I'm on your tail. You know what I'm saying? I'm on your tail building wise, you know. Who else? Afro Car Guy. DSM Chick. Thank you for the inspiration. Once again, salute and respect to you. John GXP. Inspiration. Thank you. Nice Boy KC. Inspiration. Thank you. Appreciate y'all. And G6 GXP, I know you mostly on Instagram, but shout outs to you too for communicating with me, showing love and everything. My boy John and G6 GXP, they're about that speed. I ain't about that speed life. I'm about that music and sounding good and feeling good and getting from point A to point B. That's what I'm getting with this right here, you know? So, with that being said, I'm signing off here. Holla at your boy like I'm across the street. Real quick, before I montage this joint real quick, everybody's like, man, why the GXG, why the G6, man? Why not a G8 with the V8? Okay, I done said several times that I'm not about that speed, but it's the history of the G6. See, only thing the G8 gets and got compared to was freaking, what, a BMW? It got compared to a BMW. It is basically a domestic BMW four-door, okay? But it got the motor that was meant to be put in this, you know? And looking at the design of, like, I put it like this. If you can stretch out for a hardtop convertible G6, you could have stretched out the front for a V8 G6 and still made the G8, but gave us one more choice, and that's what could have been put in here. But when it came to racing, the G6 GXP, Google it, Wikipedia, it's on there, and they took it from their source. This is what replaced the GTO in the GXP Racing Series. So that's my thing. A lot of people don't know that. This car right here, the Street Edition, you can look it up and see. This is what replaced the GTO in the GXP Racing, if that tells you anything. Now, wrap your head around that shit, okay? Same car. They got they got a different spoiler. Matter of fact, I'm gonna post the car up. Second, this car was meant to replace two cars technically. Predecessor of the Grand Am, also replacing the GTO, all in one. But what they did is they split the GTO between two cars, the G8 and the G6. They gave the motor, only thing the G8 got from the GTO was its motor. Nothing more. Nothing more. Nothing more. Then when they gave a GXP edition, they gave a few more, you know what I'm saying, tuning options and whatnot. The same thing that's on here for this one. It makes this different from your GT and your regulars and your whatnot. But that's why I like it. Grand Am, GTO, predecessor. GXP Racing. That's what this is the one that they raced in the GXP series. Check it. That's why I picked this joint. That's why I like it. And it's me, it's comfortable. I've sat in Mustang.